Questions on any of those 3 pages? Did everybody understand the coupons one? That was the last one.
Yeah, that was easy.
It's easy?
Yeah.
Everybody understand the other stuff? I can't remember what was the 260, 264. That was over
Unit prices.
unit prices. Yeah, thank you. Everybody understand unit prices? Well, you guys better understand unit prices. Here, I better do this before I start saying anything dumb. No questions. Everybody understands it. Coupons.
I learned about coupons with my mom.
Use the coupons. Now, a lot of them are electronic and stuff. I know my wife's all the time. My phone's too junky. It doesn't work, and you guys will figure that out here pretty soon when you have to maybe pay for your own phone all the time and can't be on somebody else's plan. Having those real nice phones doesn't always set well. My family's all got nice phones. I got the crap because I'm the one that's got to pay the bill. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I'm the one that pays the bills, but I get the crappy phone, so I can't download all that stuff on my phone. She's always got stuff downloaded for Kroger's and whatever places on her phone. What's the one store that doesn't really do all that stuff? Walmart doesn't. They don't mark stuff down. They don't have sales.
Not in stock.
None of that stuff. That's true. They're not stocked very well here lately.
Nowhere.
I
Yeah,
used to be
that's
lost
true,
over
nowhere.
there now. I don't know nothing in
Big
it.
Tyler, we
Yeah,
did pretty good.
I
stuff
feel like I
around
just
the
walk
world.
around in big circles when I go to the one that Ian now.
But with the Kroger's and stuff, real helpful. I went to Kroger's. I probably told you guys this. Went to Kroger's the other day, and there was just very few select things that I was getting, and my bill was $80, and I paid $48. So I saved $32 on an $80 bill just because my wife had downloaded on her phone and gave it to me, those coupons and stuff. So I saved almost, it was like 40% of the total bill. Now, I know Caleb, when he gets out and he makes his millions every year, he's not gonna have to worry about all that stuff, but poor Ebersole works at National Trail, he's gotta worry about that. $30 is $30. All right, what we're gonna do today, markdowns. What's the difference between a markdown and a coupon?
Walmart rollback.
All right, a markdown is actually something where they're actually marking it down this much. If you go to Walmart, they do that with like clothes and stuff, and you'll see the racks that say this rack, $10 and below, or whatever. I don't know what they say. I don't pay that much attention. But they say something like that, right?
Walmart's got a section in the
Yeah, they got
that shows.
the clearance. Believe me, I go there all the time and look at it. Matter of fact, we just, what was it? My sons eat those stupid health bars, breakfast bars and stuff, the protein bars all the time. And they're ridiculously expensive. Well, Walmart had a bunch of them on their clearance rack for 20 cents each, and they're usually like $1.50 each. But they were pumpkin pie or something, so nobody wanted them. Well, we bought a bunch of them, and they disappeared like the first day I brought them home, and now I can't find them anywhere else. They were like 20 cents. I bought 5 or 10 of them or something. And my sons ate them right away and said, "Oh, those are really good." A markdown. The difference between the regular selling price of an item and its sale price, also known as a discount. So you're getting some kind of discount. on the assignment, it's gonna do something like, I'll give you a second. I'll talk. If I talk too quickly, I'm gonna get confused. Look at it. See it in his eyes already. Looks like he was born confused, doesn't he? Who sings that song? There's a song about confusion in the baby's eyes. Is that what happened, Lane, when you came out?
They looked in there like, this man does not know where he's at.
Or were you doing this, holding on, trying to stay where you were as they were yanking you out?
I'm just imagining.
Say your mom is doing all right though.
Mr. Ebersole.
She did. Your car's gonna come. We got.
Sorry, but your insurance fell through.
It's gotta go back in.
Imagine if they did.
What do you think?
You can.
So what I was talking about with those protein bars, the markdown, they were like $1.49 each, I believe. I think that's what the thing said. So that was the regular price. I bought them for 20 cents each. How would I find the amount of markdown? So how much were they marked down?
$1.29.
$1.29. That's the markdown. A lot of times, instead of them just giving you the markdown, what they're marked down to, they will give you a markdown rate, and it'll be a percentage normally. To find that markdown rate, if we were using this, to find the markdown rate, what we could do is we could use these numbers to find it, but let's go this route. A lot of times you'll see something and it'll say like on Walmart, and I look at this all the time too, they always have their baked goods on some rack there at the end of the row with bread or any of that stuff, and I buy it all the time because it's usually marked down to a little bit of nothing, because either they got to get rid of it or it gets thrown away. So I buy that bread and stuff up all the time, and it'll say 50% off. So if I look at a loaf of bread that's $2.29, how can I figure out what the markdown is with those numbers?
Divided into two.
All right, that's 50%, same as dividing it by 2, right? Let's change it. Let's make it 40% then. 40% off, so that
Change your 40%.
Simon can't do it quite so easily. Do what?
Change your percent to a decimal.
Change the percent to a decimal. What's 40% as a decimal?
0.04 or 4.
Just 0.40 or 0.4, and then what do you do with that number? Times it by 229. Somebody help me out. What's 0.4 times 2.29? Nine what?
1.6.
1.6. We want money here, so that's going to be 92 cents. So is that how much the bread cost us?
No, that's how much it's gonna take.
That's the markdown. So then what would we do to figure out how much the bread's actually gonna cost us?
Put that on.
229 minus 92 cents. But what we're dealing with is that markdown rate, which was 40%, and we know we get 92 cents off. The local bread up here, we got $1.29 off. It's not what it cost us, that's how much it's marked down. Could we figure out up here what the markdown rate was? Could we figure out what percentage off we got there?
Yeah.
How would we figure out this percentage?
Move the decimal.
You gotta do something else first. Little tougher here. How would you figure out the percent off?
Would it be 1.49 divided by 1.29?
Close.
1.29 divided by 1.
You take the amount off, divide by the original price. Somebody help us out there. What's that? That's gonna give us point something, point what?
0.8.
Point eight?
So I got that.
Now, it's 0.8, but that doesn't really tell us anything because we want a percent. Now, what do you have to do to this number to get it to a percentage? Two places.
To the left.
Which one is? I heard left and right.
Right.
This time we're moving it the other way, correct? So what percentage off did I get? 80% off is what that was
It's too early.
on those bars. Alright, so that would be our markdown rate if we need to find the markdown rate. So your markdown is your regular price minus your selling price. That's what we did at first there. Your markdown also, what we did on that second one was your regular price times the markdown rate, which is normally a percent. Don't forget, with the percent, you gotta move the decimal. If we're changing a percent to a decimal, sorry, my pen's not working. Percent to a decimal, then we bump the decimal 2 places. That says places. To the left. If it's decimal to a percent, then we go 2 places to the right. There's many, many different ways that they can, you know, that you're, when you're out in the real world, that you're going to look at this stuff. And it used to be, you'd walk into a store, and each store might have something different in there. So you walk into a store and you see their little rack with their clothes hanging on it. One store might have a rack and it says 30% off. The next store might have their clothes rack and it says a third off. The next store might say $10 off. And you got to be able to figure out which one is going to be best for you. If the item cost $40, there's some pair of pants, and all three stores have that exact same pair of pants, and you want that pair of pants. This is store A, store B, store C. Which one's going to give you the best deal on that pair of pants?
1/3.
Does everybody agree with Wes on that? $10 off. $10 is what percent of 40?
10%, or no, 10%, 25%.
25%. So that's like saying 25% off, right? So we know that the 25 is not as good as the 30%. What's 1/3 as a percentage?
33%.
About 33%. So store B would give us the best buy. And you got to be able to figure that stuff out. Again, when Caleb gets out and he makes his millions and he doesn't care, he's just going to buy it at whichever store he's at. But for a lot of us, saving those few dollars is going to make a difference. All right, get your computers out. What you're going to do. I'll move this real quick. What you're going to do. Listen closely as you're doing this, as you're getting this out. You're going to find an item online that has been marked down or has a marked down rate. So it might say, this new motorcycle is 25% off. That's a markdown rate. Or it might just give you something like, it might be a picture that says this. The original price was $105, and it has it slashed out, and it says it's now $95 or something. So that's been marked down. I don't care which one you're finding, which one it is. Then you're going to, on a separate sheet of paper that you're going to turn in, you're going to answer these questions. What was the original price of the item? What was the markdown rate or the dollar amount of the markdown? If it was a rate, what was the percent? If a dollar amount, how much? If it's a rate, find the final cost. That's where you use that formula that we just had there. If it was a dollar amount, then find the markdown rate, find the percent. And the way you'll do that is original price minus new price divided by the original price. And then the times by 100 out here, that's just changing it to a percent. That's what we were just doing on those other problems. 5 and 6, this has got to be something that you decide. Decide if the new price is a good deal. So that's either going to be yes or no. Explain why you think it's a good deal. When AJ explains to me why he thinks it's a good deal, can I really mark it wrong? Not really. I mean, I could if AJ puts in there because it's a good deal. That's not a reason. All right, give me a reason why you think it's a good deal. Then the last one, decide whether you would buy the item or not and explain. Don't just say, yes, I'm going to buy the item. Explain to me why or why not. Why are you going to buy the item? Why aren't you going to buy the item? Lane might look at some Maserati that's been marked down at some car lot over in Richmond. And when he explains to me why he's going to buy it or why he's not going to buy it, his reason might be, I'm not going to buy it because I don't have $400,000. handle all that, Elijah?